That morning at 9 o'clock service, Charlie and I will repeat our wedding vows along with another couple who will be married 30 years, and they're very sweet people. And so we'll have a dual renewal of vows that morning, and then later in the afternoon we'll have our music and our food. So that's how far it's come. Brian, we should eat first and then have the concert. He said, oh no, we have the concert first because we don't want people to eat and leave. And so that's how we're going to do it. And I think it makes sense. So we're still thinking about what kind of food we're going to have. One of the things I kind of wanted to do, because it sort of fits into what all of you who are down at the shoreline with the music are doing, and that's feeding people that are in, the homeless people, the people that are needy, the soup kitchens and the food pantries. And for 10 years, Charlie and I worked in that capacity, getting our church people involved in feeding people up at House of Bread in their soup kitchen. And we did a soup and sandwich dinner probably every month to 6 weeks for 10 years. And got a lot of help, and homemade bread made, and people worked hard to provide food for these folks, and we loved doing it. So it's sort of, we had this connection with feeding people that need it. So I thought one of the things we might do is have soup and sandwiches as part of our meal and then enlarge upon it, So we're still working on the idea of how we're going to do this food thing. There'll be plenty of food. I just haven't zeroed in totally on how we're going to manage all. When we first got married, we were just crazy in love, and we just knew everything was going to be wonderful and easy, and because we were together, we could handle anything. And we have handled anything. But I think if you think you're going to do it by yourself, it's pretty tough to do it by yourself. So Charlie gave me a little figurine, and it says, together we can solve any problem. But when he gave it to me, he said, with God's help. So I would say that you rely on God a lot when you're trying to get through the tough times and the disagreements and the times when it seems like the situation will never end, you'll never get out of it. Charlie always says, this too shall pass. And sometimes I want to whack him when he says that, because it just gets on my nerves, like, oh right, this is going to pass. But things do pass, and it's not going to stay bad, or it's not going to stay difficult. There's mountains and valleys. There's always a change in the topography of how it is for people.